Hey, what's going on guys? StarGuy34 back with another video. In today's video we are going to see what if the British Raj return in 2023. If you want to enjoy this video, please like, share and subscribe. Try and hit them subscribers by the end of this month, and let's dive right into it. Now, the Raj was an old British colony who gained independence in 1949, and it consists of Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Myanmar and Sri Lanka. But what if it returned? Obviously, this would not be at all possible. India and Pakistan, need I say more? But we're just going to see if they're going to push that aside and see what would happen if they did in fact return. So this newly formed country wants to basically become a superpower like the USA and what Russia used to be. And they basically want to get ahead of China, which China is still ahead of them in pretty much all of it except for maybe population. And so they begin by declaring war on all three of these countries, that being Thailand, Cambodia and Laos. Immediately Raj troops enter into the north, quickly capturing all of the northern territories of Laos. As this we have the cut of the tail of Thailand and the swift fall of this region. We do see some offensive being made as Thailand begins their invasion into the Raj, quickly cutting off the north from the south of this tail. However, that doesn't stop them from taking over and pushing back in the south, quickly taking over the entire coastline of Thailand. With this, they are pushed out of Myanmar, and the full invasion into Thailand begins. Now we have the swift fall of northern Laos and Thailand. As Laos is captured, Thailand capitulates, and Cambodia is left on its own, who basically just goes up ahead and surrenders, not wanting to feel the wrath of this new superpower. Now looking at this peace treaty, we see all three of these countries being fully annexed into the Raj, and yeah, that's they pretty much have only one more goal in this region, except from Vietnam, but everyone knows you can't invade Vietnam. And that is to annex this peninsula. I think it's called the Malayan Peninsula. I don't know for sure, correct me in the comment section. And now they move on to Central Asia, especially over here and over here. And they just go ahead and take Nepal, as yes, it's mountainous, but Nepal actually just goes ahead and joins them, because what's the point of fighting? And Bhutan goes ahead and sinks into the ocean. Now, with this development, they pretty much have nowhere left to expand apart from China's allies, which is like Iran, like up here, I don't know. So to test what China will do, they declare war on Iran, as no one can invade into Afghanistan. Immediately, Raj troops enter into Iran from their eastern border, quickly capturing all of this region. We also see a naval You also see a naval landing on the southern coast, and one up here in the Persian Gulf. I wonder how they did that. I wonder if... No, they have nothing to do with it. However, this does mean that they have a quick expansion into this country. And Iran just goes ahead and says, yo, we don't want to fight. And Raj says that's too bad. It's really too bad, as it sucks to be you, Iran, right now. And yeah, Iran's military is alright, but it's not like great compared to this, who literally like, this is one of the biggest countries in the world. It's definitely bigger than China. Not so much Russia and Canada, definitely bigger than China though. And yeah, so Iran agrees to cede all captured lands to the Raj, except from this region right here, I guess. We see the Raj extend Pakistan, and that is pretty much it. So now they go ahead and invade, instead of invading into Afghanistan, as there's no point in doing that, they just go ahead and invade into the UAE, Oman, and Yemen. Immediately, troops land in the northern part of the UAE and made their way along the coastline, quickly taking over the entire country and making their way into Oman. With this new war being in development, China says no to the Raj. No more expanding. You're not allowed to expand. Stop it. And the Raj says, like, what are you going to do about it? And China does this. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. they form an alliance with all these countries, even Vietnam, which would normally not be in an alliance with China, in order to stop India's expansion. Well, of course, India's just going to ignore that because they are the Raj, and the Raj is the most powerful country in the world, probably, maybe, I don't know. As they sweep through Oman, and Yemen's just gone. I'm sorry, I'm still new to this mapping thing. It's time to look at this peace treaty. To look at this peace treaty, they finally annex all three countries, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So now they move on to Africa, where their influence has not touched yet, and China doesn't have much influence over here. So they go ahead and declare war on Somalia. And after a northern landing, well, in the north, and they capture this island. I think this island belongs to Yemen, I don't know. You can correct me in the comments. And yeah, after the north is captured, China is still opposed to this, however they can do nothing about it as they have no allies down here in this region. And yeah, Somalia just goes. It's gone. Oh look, looking at the peace treaty, they are fully annexed. How original. So now, India... No, it's not India, it's the Raj. The Raj is very restrictive of how to expand, because against all of these countries, they probably could take out these two, but against China, it's very mixed, I would say. So they want to grab themselves an ally, so they invade into Saudi Arabia in order to gain that ally forcefully. And so they begin by entering into the Western territories along the coastline of the, what is this called, the Red Sea, I think. And they're going pretty well until this happens. Oh my. Yeah, China declares war on India, and they say, does anyone else want to join? Yes, please, says Afghanistan. And as does these two, for some reason. I don't know why these two joined. Anyone else? I want to, says it in Indonesia. As well as Malaysia, apparently. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, that's unfair, isn't it? Yeah, the East African Federation also declares war on Raj. And India's pretty much dealing with the whole Eastern Hemisphere now. Even Mongolia joins in. They don't have to, but they do for some reason. I don't know. They may want some useless land. And so, now that this has happened, India is... No, not India. The Raj is very scared, but also not really, as they don't care about some of this land. You know, they don't care about Somalia, they just grabbed it. They don't care about land over here, they just grabbed it. And so they're going to mainly focus in on Central Asia, quickly pushing into Saudi Arabia and apparently into Djibouti as well. However, that is too much land as it's mostly desert, so yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, that's more like it. They quickly push into Mecca and Medina. They also push into Iran as they supposedly had troops there, as well as into Afghanistan. However, the blue team now makes their first marks by quickly capturing most of Somalia and entering into Indochina, capturing Singapore and the part of that Malaysia that was annexed, as well as China entering into eastern Myanmar, as well as Bangladesh and eastern India, quickly cutting off all of the troops down here in the south. So things are pretty even right now. However, India and Pakistan are having a field day over here. Not so much against Afghanistan, but like against Iran. They're pretty much having a field day. But China goes ahead and declares that we have pretty much won this war. And India's like, and the Raj is like, why did you say that? Look at how much land we've got. Well, China rebuttals that by saying, look how much land we've got. Oh look, they've lost the east, Somalia Falls, and they are slowly using lemon. Lemon. I said lemon. Okay, yeah. Which inevitably forces them to pretty much pull out of Saudi Arabia, apart from over here in the east. And India's like, bro, I'll deal with China in a minute. Let me just take these pesky Central Asian countries. Yeah, Uzbekistan. What's in Uzbekistan? Iran. What's in Iran? Iraq. What's in Iraq? Saudi Arabia. Actually, you can stay. Kuwait. What's in Kuwait? Qatar. What's in Qatar? And this sweep only encourages China to do the same thing by, you know, by going against all laws of physics and going into the Himalayas, quickly capturing all of the northern territories. And yeah, they slowly approach New Delhi in over here, and India and the remaining parts of the Raj pull the trump card. Not the trump card. Pull the Uno reverse card. As China declares victory as they are on the border of New Delhi, India does something. They sweep China out of their country, forcing them back to the borders of Myanmar and sweeping into China, pushing towards Beijing and quickly capturing it within days. That's right, days. And they even reached the Pacific Ocean. That is the full might of the Indian subcontinent, and that is the power of the Raj. Immediately they push into Saudi Arabia, capturing their capital. I don't know if the capital's actually... Yeah, Saudi Arabia's gone, liberated. However, they don't bother with East Africa because they don't want to. And now they basically make a deal with the remaining countries, as Mongolia as is Kyrgyzstan. And yeah, and they agreed to time to look at this peace treaty. Apart from China, who does not want to surrender, however, they pretty much have no choice. Alright then, so looking at this massive peace treaty, the Raj is a superpower now. They're bigger than the biggest country in the world, I believe. As they span from Iraq, annexing Iraq itself, Kuwait, Iran, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, and yeah, they are basically the power in Asia. However, they do let go of Laos and Cambodia, as Vietnam occupied this land. China didn't. Give me a second. Alright, there we go. Yeah, India also annexes all of the coast of China, apart from a little bit up here. And they also let go of Yemen and Somalia, and they don't touch Saudi Arabia or Qatar, just because they can. And that's actually going to do it for this episode, as they could continue expanding. They could expand into like the western parts of Asia. They could go off Syria, Turkey, Azerbaijan, Jordan. They could even expand into Europe, I guess. They could keep going north to Kazakhstan. They could keep going southeast to Indonesia, Australia. They could keep going to like Taiwan, South Korea, Japan. But that's not going to happen because I am tired and I will be ending this video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, remember to smash the like button and subscribe. And yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. So, bye-bye.